When you think of love, what are your first thoughts? Is it dancing in the rain with your dream guy? Is it going to a fancy dinner with your girlfriend? Maybe you enjoy playing video games with your significant other until 3 a.m. and then you go cuddle in bed. Those all sound like amazing ideas to me. Maybe when you think of love, you think of that perfect person, your soulmate, the one. Maybe you've already found them, or maybe you're still looking. What if I told you that the entire perception you have on relationships and love was pushed to you by the media? That your true love doesn't exist? That relationships aren't a beautiful fairy tale dream, even if you're with the perfect person? Hi everyone, it's Sam. Welcome back to another video. This video has been highly requested and I've been very excited to make it. So hopefully it'll do as well as my other videos have been doing. If you like me or you want to check out some of my other videos, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out, and comment your thoughts on the video. And yeah, let's get into why your perception of love is flawed. Growing up, I'm sure you've seen a lot of Disney movies. Cinderella, Snow White, Aladdin. You grew up seeing all of your favorite princesses falling in love. You even saw powerful women like in Fox's Anastasia fall in love. As you got even older, perhaps you watched things like Romeo and Juliet, The Notebook, The Princess Bride, Fruits Basket if you're an anime fan, 50 First Dates. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore all those shows and movies. They're some of my favorites. But it is so apparent in most romance media that they only tend to show the beginning and end of relationships. They can never show the trials and tribulations of romance itself, simply the act of entering and leaving a relationship. Now, of course, romance is exciting. No one wants to watch a movie of two couples sitting on a couch cuddling, I get it. But there are real conflicts in relationships, real struggles. So, what are the stages of a relationship, and why does the media only show some of these? According to Linda Carroll, an author and licensed marriage counselor and therapist, the stages of a relationship are circular, not linear. This means that a couple can go through these stages multiple times at points, and they usually go in the same order. The first stage is called the merge, which is known as the honeymoon stage. This is a stage we see displayed in every single romance media. The act of falling in love, the first few months or years of a relationship. There are no boundaries, you do everything together. You're wearing rose-colored glasses. The red flags simply aren't there. And there are physical, biochemical changes in our brain that make us feel this way. Carol says, a cocktail of hormones that trigger and maintain a state of infatuation, such as dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins. So our brain is filled with these intense happy chemicals, and this is romance is all-consuming and exciting. We think that everything's perfect, and you have no doubt that this person is for you. The second stage is the doubt and denial stage. This is the part of the relationship when you start to realize the differences between you and your partner. Your partner's intense nail biting begins to annoy you, and their constant begging for attention starts to make you want to hang around them less. You start to argue with your partner for the first time, and you get frightened. Why are things changing? Then comes the third stage, disillusionment. The struggles are at the surface at this point. The we in the relationship goes back to I. This is when a lot of couples can't handle it anymore and they decide to break up. If you end up not breaking up during the disillusionment stage, the decision stage is where you might. This is when you seriously contemplate leaving your partner and you make the choice to leave or not. A lot of relationships end here, but the healthy ones keep going. The last stage of a relationship is wholehearted love. This is where a relationship is at its healthiest. You realize that there is no perfect match and that there will still be challenges. But at this point, you're moving from a short-term relationship into a long-term one. These stages can re-emerge and leave at any time. This is just the ebb and flow of a relationship. So why does this all matter? Well, as you heard, relationships are extremely complex. There is no perfect stage, and stages come and they go. But movies only show the honeymoon, disillusionment, and decision stage. This may be because the other stages are boring, or because we want to have the idea that you can find a perfect match. An article from themedium.com talks about how the media has shaped our opinion on love. There are many myths about love and classic happily ever after. Most of the opinions that you're gonna have about love come from two places: your parents and the media. The main myth I want to discuss today is that there is the one. The media gives you all these expectations for your perfect girlfriend and your Mr. Right. You imagine grand gestures, tall, dark, and handsome, the perfect type and perfect person. Then, when you get into an actual relationship, you might be quite disappointed. This person fulfills all of your needs, but it wasn't what you expected from your true love. Your soulmate must be elsewhere because you didn't have an incredible love story or someone who perfectly meets your standards. What happens when you meet a perfectly good partner who you like very much, but it just doesn't feel like it's supposed to? The sex is okay, your first kiss was in the break room at work, there was no grand gesture, and you can't physically read their thoughts. In fact, you often have no idea what they're thinking. To somebody who has consumed heavy amounts of romantic comedies and romance novels, nobody will ever meet their standards, because their standards are based in fantasy. And according to statistics, 73% of Americans believe in soulmates, and 50% of marriages end in divorce. Now, I'm a pagan, so the spiritual side of things, I do believe in soulmates and twin flames, but those mean almost entirely different things in the spiritual world than in, what we're talking about with media. So I'm making it very clear that I'm not talking about that. But I think it's just, everybody has this idea that you're going to get a happily ever after, and that's not what's going to happen. I feel like people are breaking up their relationships just because it doesn't feel to their standards of what they think a happily ever after is. A huge part that people also do not understand in relationships is that humans are not biologically monogamous creatures. If your boyfriend thinks another girl is cute, that isn't the end of your relationship. Now, I am not saying that it is okay for people to cheat because biology says so. I love my boyfriend so much, and I would be so devastated if he cheated. Cheating is never, ever, ever okay. But if you find yourself having a little mini crush on somebody at work, it is okay. Humans have natural attraction and chemistry. The difference lies with you flirting, actually cheating, texting them without partner consent. That is where problems lie. I think a song that talks about this concept very, very well is I Love My Boyfriend. If I'm able to, without getting copyrighted, I'll play a little clip here, or I'll just put some of the lyrics on the screen. But unfortunately, your partner is going to think someone is hot. That's biology. Your biological clock doesn't stop ticking just because you get into a relationship. Yet still, we see this new trend on TikTok of mainly girls, but some guys too, threatening to kill people for their partners. Using the "said he likes crazy girls, but he hates when I get crazy" song in the background. Like, listen, I am a jealous person. That's just how I am. Jealousy is something I have to try very, very hard to control. But that does not mean I would murder somebody. Like, babe, you're just a future convict. I think people have gotten so obsessed with their partner potentially cheating, and it's like, I don't want to be cheated on either, but have some trust in them. Finding people attractive isn't cheating. I think the most important takeaway from this video, for me, is that love comes in all different forms. If you have a classic textbook romance, that is beautiful. But if you met some guy at a grocery store in your pajamas, and that is how you fell in love, and now you have 3 kids and you're both exhausted, that is fucking beautiful too. Love is fucking beautiful. Drop your expectations of what you think love is, and go experience it for yourself. That's gonna be it from me, guys. Thank you so much for listening to my small little essay here. It was a topic that I really enjoyed and I was really passionate about. So yeah, if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and you can check out my Etsy shop. I sell stickers there, and for business inquiries, if you want to commission me, it's going to be in the description. Bye bye. We don't have to rush it, let's take it easy. Yes, I got it. I get to know your secrets, to wait until your mystery. 'Cause girl, I feel this little thing is gonna grow. We have to take